Ladies and gentlemen, my life is in shambles. I have been cooped up in this house for too long, and I'm finally losing my goddamn mind. First, I was under house arrest for about a year, and then I go out, travel the world, I get COVID-19, I'm shut back up, an entire pandemic happens, and then I'm stuck in my house for another entire year. 2 years I have been cooped up. 2 years this abode has contained the boundless energy of one band, the man Hansen, and it can't take it anymore. I have been trapped in this house for 2 years. 2 years. And I don't think I could take it anymore. Not one more single second. And I've done everything except what I want to do. My yard, immaculate. The bushes, spotless. Yeah, that's right. Not only do I trim the bushes, I also go out there with a mop and I make sure they're all squeaky clean too. And I've had people tell me, no, don't do that. Dish soap is not good for the bushes. Well, they're thriving out there. So what do you know? I've done everything except live my dream. And that dream being to be the greatest independent local weather correspondent in the nation. I'm already the first, and I'm already the only. So there's only one thing left for me to accomplish, and that is to be the best. It's exhausting watching everybody out there continue to live their life the way I want to live it. I ain't got no studio. I ain't got no equipment. I'm borrowing everything from my friend Ben. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, no problem.
Your check's in the mail.
Really? When?
I don't know when. Just know it's in the mail and it's coming. I've seen so many people being so productive during this pandemic. John Krasinski, he made some good news. He made about three episodes, and he's already sold that shit. Does that company think that this format is going to work without John Krasinski? No, he's the only reason they sold the damn thing. It was like when Fred sold the Fred channel to people, and they stopped making Fred-related content. It's kind of like if you purchase a Kenny Chesney CD, and you put it in, and the first track is just like, oh, actually, Kenny Chesney's not on this album. Every song on this album is going to be sung by some guy named Shane. It's like, I'm not here for Shane. I bought it for Kenny Chesney. I want that. I want to continue chasing my aspirations, chasing my dreams. I'm fine. I'm healthy, mentally, I think. Growing up in my tiny little field in Alabama, I was always told by my parents that America is the land of opportunity. However, you will not be able to access any of that opportunity because there's so much to do here in Alabama. We gotta nurture the cows. You gotta cut the grass. You gotta weed eat the weeds. You gotta deliver the milk to old great leader. Well, guess what, Mom? Old great leader's dead. Alabama burned down 3 years ago, as I just found out, and it also may have been a cult. But I am not ready to unpack that yet, so we're just gonna move on now. So I figured I have access to a green screen. I got a camera. I have a dream. I have a passion. What's to stop me from living my passion? It took me 2 years to realize this, but absolutely nothing. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a passion, you're in America, unless you're watching overseas. You can do whatever you want. Start your own business. Write your own book. You can even kill people if you want to. I mean, it is illegal, but nobody's stopping you from killing people. Like, no one's physically restraining you. If you want to take out your landlord, you go and you take out your landlord right now. Let me stop before I get sued. Look at Alex Jones. Not only has he been banned from almost every social media platform, he's been pushed to his own far little corner in the internet. And that's what I want. I want my own corner of the internet where I can give the uncensored weather to the masses. Now I know what you're thinking, Ben. What's the difference between independent weather reporting and just normal Doppler radar weather reporting? That weather is gathered by machines, just making educated guesses. Well, my style of reporting, I get it from the people. I'm a people's weather correspondent. I go out there and I say, hey, how's the weather looking like? And they say, oh man, looks like it's gonna rain pretty soon. And then that goes on the broadcast because who else can you trust in this great nation other than the hard-working, middle-class American people who live within my Tri-County area? There's nobody else out there who's more trustworthy. You think a machine is better than Bill, who lives down the street and has been doing this shit for 50 years? You think Bill doesn't know as much as a computer who's only been alive for about 2 years or so? Bill is one of the wisest men I've ever met in my entire life. And don't you dare disrespect Bill's name in vain. Don't you dare use his name in vain, because I will come after you. I have been stewing in my depression stew for far too long. I finally realized if you really want to do something, you don't wait for that opportunity. You go out there and you take it, and that is what I'm going to do today. So ladies and gentlemen, the first ever local independent weather broadcast ever broadcasted in this nation. And you should be happy because you are witnessing history. Thanks to Ban the Man Hansen. You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight, you and I are witnessing history together. Reach your hand out to the TV screen and I'll reach out mine, and we will clasp hands with each other, and we will form a forever lasting bond that way, knowing that both me and you are witnessing history created by me, Ban the Man Hansen, as this is the first ever locally produced, independent weather broadcast in the great state of the United States of America. Do you have issues trusting your local news, your government, your big news? You have trouble trusting their weather? You think, hey, they say it's gonna rain today, but I don't see no rain out there. Where's the clouds? I don't see no clouds. Well, that's because there ain't no rain, my friend. They're lying to you to keep you inside for some nefarious purpose. If you want the real weather for this upcoming week, you come right here and you look over here to the side of me right here. Okay, so this is our area right here, and you'll see that it looks like the cold is coming from this way, and it's pushing through, forcing out all your warm air that you're using to nourish your crops, keep the chickens warm. That the cold's coming in, and they're like, oh, get out of here with that. It's going to be cold for a while, and you're wondering, wait, hey, I live down here in the South. Why is it so cold? I'm not used to this. Well, that's because there's still remnants of a weather machine left behind by the Trump administration, the same weather mechanism that caused Hurricane Irma, which targeted this southern area and took out the crops of hard-working middle-class American people. For what reason, I don't know. I have yet to investigate that, but ladies and gentlemen, that investigation has been pending for about 3 years now. But when I get my answer, I will let you know as soon as possible, because I'm the only man you can trust in this country, me. We already clasped hands, ladies and gentlemen. There's no one else you can trust but me. Have you clasped hands with Anderson Cooper, with Rachel Maddow, with, what's his name? Bob Barker? No, you clasp hands with me. And that is a bond that will never be tarnished, never be broken, and I'll make sure of it. Anyways, back to the weather. You see, cold's getting pushed out, so you better wear your damn jackets. I know you got a jacket buried somewhere in your closet. You better pull that out because you're going to need it this week. Ooh, it's going to be cold. Don't let the weather trick you either. You may walk outside and say, hey, they said it's going to be cold. It feels a little warm right now. That's just because it's later in the day. Don't be dumb. Of course it's going to get cold at night because the sun has gone down. Use your critical thinking skills, people. I beg of you. Anyway, so the weather's going to be about, right now it's about 52 degrees. And tonight it's going to hit a low of about 37. And then Monday, tomorrow, it's going to be about 63. And then Tuesday, oh, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like it's set to rain all week. So you better also pack your ponchos with your jacket. No, I did not just check my Apple Watch for the weather. All of this weather is locally sourced by people like you and me. Hit me up, PBS. Sign me up. I love your stuff, man. I love publicly broadcasted stations. That is your official week-long weather broadcast. And maybe one day we'll get a bigger big screen, a bigger green screen, and then you could see the weather a little more clearly. But for right now, I'm working with a tight budget, ladies and gentlemen. And what do you want me to do? What is it you want from me? Please leave your comments and feedback under the comment section down below. and tell me, what is the weather looking like for next week? What do you have in your mind's eye? What do you envision the weather being next week? Because if you put that energy out there, ladies and gentlemen, there's a good 47% chance that it could happen. Now, it doesn't look like those chances are quite in your favor, but 47% chance is still better than zero. So you put that energy out there, you give the world what you want from it, you give that energy, and then you can grab it, and you can tuck it right back in. You can take that energy, pick it off, stuff it in your pocket for later, so that way you can have some spare energy when after lunch, when you're at work, and you're feeling kind of worn out because you had a bigger lunch than you were expecting. You just take that energy out of your pocket, pop it in your mouth, and boom! Or you could take my pills. That's right, Band's testosterone is officially on sale. You can order it from me. Now, I have taken my own testosterone and I have bottled up its essence. I've squeezed it into tiny little capsules. All for you. For the low, low price of $75. And maybe one day you could be as manly as me. So go to the link down below and order your bottle of Band's testosterone right now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the first y'all aren't here. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of the very first independently sourced weather broadcast in this great nation. Come back next week where we will do it all over again. Thank you for helping me live my dream, and hopefully I have inspired you to live your own. Go out there, man. Capture the magic. Don't let the dream die out. Don't make the same mistakes I have. Call your mom and dad if they're still alive. Make amends. Don't do what I did, Mom, Dad, if you're listening, please. Call me back.